Okay, got that going. Close. See and read chat. That's good. All right, Steven, tell me this thing's not broken.
Please no, don't be broken. Please no more
I
broken.
see your audio waves. That's good. I'm gonna bump your
Yes.
audio up so it's somewhat close to mine.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Life, virtual learning right
So much
now.
tech. So much tech.
I'm just thinking about the struggle I've had with this. I, and
Mhm.
I can only imagine what your struggle was like trying to set up your Zoom virtual teaching stuff.
I have, I don't know. I guess it's everybody's logs into one. Everybody's looking at my screen, just like I'd be doing with yours. I'm not streaming to anybody else, but um, I'm not trying to post live video anywhere. Um, but yeah, I can understand the technical difficulties from everybody.
I got your audio on here. It's working. Okay.
Excellent. Yes.
Since you're seeing really choppy video, and actually I'm now seeing choppy video, let's get out of this. Um, Screen sharing is done. Let's try this again. You're just gonna have to watch 10 frames per second, dude. Because my laptop's
Um,
about to explode. It's so hot.
I used a 2008 laptop until about 2015, so I'm used to 10 frames per second.
Well, this laptop's from 2011, so
Yeah.
like
Wow.
it
Yeah.
works for
Yeah.
iMovie video editing decently
Mhm.
well, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is not happy with how much we're pushing here right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Kind of
10
stuff.
minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes,
Yeah. Let's go.
do 5 minutes. How many
What are we
how
looking at,
many
Mike?
frames you got? Wait, can you not see anything on your end?
Yeah, I got it. I
Okay.
got it. But I'm just saying, what are we looking at?
Um, okay, yeah. So this is our Throwback Thursday, and we're here with Steven Stone, who is the head coach of the 2018 NPJ 16 national team out of Salem. Um, and that team, Steven and the crew, qualified for 16 Open. Um, and this is a match from junior nationals that year against Sunshine Volleyball Club, based out of Southern California.
Mhm.
That's all I remember about this. I remember that we win. I
Yeah.
remember
We went in
I
three.
remember that I yelled at Bridget.
it's, it's one of the fondest memories.
I know that she remembers that. But
Yeah.
yeah, what I'd be interested in your reaction to plays as they come up, but I I can see part of the score. It's 3 something. What do you
Mhm.
got? What does this bring back to memory?
This was my first junior nationals because I never went with any previous clubs, and this was my first experience with NPJ. And we qualify open, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, this is easy. This is this is fun once you get to once you get to the top level, or a top level, right? And um, you know, what we figure out really quickly and what this team figured out really quickly, especially when we're trying to qualify and when we get to this tournament, is that the intensity and the level of play is pretty unreal, um, and that's what we were partly not necessarily catching up with, but also trying to figure out the best way to go about scoring points and playing defense, sort of not just on the fly, but really catching back up to the intensity level that we might not have been playing all year because of some of the things that we faced during the year, like all of the injuries we had, and those types of things. So,
I do remember that you guys had quite a few injuries. It was just kind of one after the other.
I feel
And
yeah.
even the tournament that you qualified at, I mean, there were some players that were suffering injuries then, and I
Yes.
remember one player actually played through injury in the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually in the getting to the gold match, or sorry, winning the gold bracket and going into the finals, Maddie had a really tough time with her foot and struggled through that, and she was the absolute champion. But the only time that we had our full team this entire year was the time that we qualified. Because even at this tournament, watching this playing nationals, we didn't have our full qualifying team either, because we were missing Molly as a libero.
Yeah, and Molly was one of your I don't remember it if you were I think you rotated your liberos, but yeah, you didn't have one of your starting liberos for JOs.
Correct. Yeah, Molly was a huge piece. Yeah, and yeah, so I was really just proud in general of these girls playing the way they did and at the level they did through all of the adversity they faced that year, and they did a really great job.
You also didn't have your staff. You know, I do want to
Oh
give a
yeah,
shout out to Tracy and Stacy because they were your
yep.
that was your full staff the whole season and obviously for this I mean imagine qualifying for any level open and oh by the
Yeah.
way your staff can't go with you.
uh, yeah, yeah, intense. Um, there's a bus and there's me and there's you can figure out who's on top of whom. Um, but yeah, no, it was good. I was glad to have you guys step in and do your job that you guys did. It was awesome.
Um let's see here.
Actually, one of the funniest parts about that was all the jumping up off the bench and sitting down. Who should be standing? Who should be sitting? That we did all the all of that because we'd never coached together on the same team. So I'm a stander. I stand, but they can only be
Well,
one coach standing at a time,
and
sort of
Adam's
thing.
the ultimate
So
stander, right? I think I can zoom in on this. Adam
exactly.
never sits
Well,
down.
he's standing now.
Dude, I totally forgot
That's
about
great.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
laughing pretty hard because I vaguely remember like, oh, we're up, we're down, we're
And I swear, like the refs would miss a handful of substitutions because they're too busy looking at us and trying to wait for it to give us yellow cards or something because we're delaying game or something. It was really funny.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Um
Yeah, I just looking at that, like I really appreciated our middles that season because they were so athletic. I mean, we've got one of these middles is a D1 athlete to Baylor. She's got a scholarship, right? So we've got amazing middles that can double block and close to a slide. They can hold and go. They were long. They could put their arms up and cover seams, and it was really really helpful for our defense. We got a lot of digs off our middles being really solid this year.
yeah, that's certainly a when you go to these national year-end tournaments, I I think that's something that's really noticeable. It's that every team that you play against, including the ones in the bottom half, um, in transition, if they have an opportunity to set their middle, they're going to do it, and it's going to score. Um, I
Yeah.
feel like in our region, and it's probably the same for most regions, is when you're playing these teams that are just below that national, just outside the bubble of qualifying. I don't think they're bringing that kind of pressure and that kind of transition kill percentage as you see with all the teams that end up qualifying, especially at the open level. Oh wow.
Right. I'm extremely impressed of the effort of middles at this age group, 18s, and just how they their transition offense and just how much work it takes for those guys or those girls, those athletes to be able to work for 3 days. It's unreal.
Hey, there's three of us were up. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Look at these clowns. Look at these guys.
Yeah.
Let's see how long it is till Adam stands back up. Oh, he's up. This is so good. This is
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
this is less of a throwback Thursday and more of a reaction video. I forgot all about that.
I mean, it's so great, and I'll understand my role here. I'll retire back to the seat and I'll sit down. Adam can stand.
Yeah. I don't like standing. I mean, when I'm head coach, as a head coach, you know, it's been a while since I've head coached. As a head coach, I like standing, but I don't like head coaching. And so as an assistant coach, I love sitting down.
Sure.
I mean, you know, Adam's in the convention center for like 12, 14 hours a day.
On his feet.
You're in there, you're coaching your team, and you're always sitting with another team helping like double duty. Um, I mean, I would say I'm in there a long time too, but I don't spend the whole time in there like y'all do. So I love and still I'm not on my feet as long. My point is I still love sitting down.
Sure.
We got a shoe tie here. Okay. I wish we had the score. That's the one thing that's good about using Jeremy's video is he has it's all cut, right? All the in between stuff is cut out.
Yeah. That's a great job.
And yeah, and he keeps the score. Hey, can we just highlight how good this pass was? I know this is not our team, but look at how big that angle is and how high of a contact point that is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of ball that skips right off your platform, and she nails this.
Yeah.
A little low, but
yeah, I think that's exactly. It's a great serve, and then it's just a better pass, right? It's just athleticism met with athleticism.
Frustrating.
Yeah, and I'm surprised actually that Peyton didn't dig that. We actually ran an underneath kind of setter defense pretty often throughout this year to success most of the time. And that typically got dug in that situation. But I guess better shot. So
16 open, bro. You know, I mean,
ball's gonna go down.
How do you recall how many times the team went 3 sets? I think it was out of 7 or 8 matches, it was like 5 or 6 went 3.
Oh man, we were so close all the time. We went 3 with Absolute, went 3 with SG Elite. Sorry, 3 with these guys. Yeah, it was pretty common. We were right there or thereabouts all the time. And I actually thought about that because I liked your quote from yesterday about the, visualizing good things happening or imagining good things happening. And I wish that I'd given that a little bit of thought because we were always waiting for something to happen, always waiting for an explosive play for a momentum shift, and would have loved that everybody would assume that it was going to happen because it was them that was going to do it. Compared to waiting for someone else to do it. And I think that would have really helped.
I wonder if, and I know you got to go here soon, so I'll try to make this quick.
Yeah, I do. I gotta shoot.
But I just wonder, I don't think that this team suffered from stereotype threat because like no one had ever been there before. I wonder if kind of what you're alluding to is it's like being in an unfamiliar setting and the lights are off. So you like don't even know where to go. You need someone else to take the lead. Unfortunately, it's like the opponent's going to be the one leading and you're kind of falling like, "Oh, they did that. We can do that."
Yeah. Oh, this is the intensity that it should be at. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, cool. Steven, I appreciate you hopping on and helping me test this thing out. I really I'm going to have to get you back on for another test so we can actually engage in this. This I think is fun, and I know that the video is a little choppy on your end, but I think the stream is seeing really good quality.
Good.
So and the content I think is going to be fun. Throwback Thursday and reactions.
And it's a rally like that one just there that I want to chat more about because there's some hilarious times throughout the season with a shoot ball like that out of system or in transition, and we'll talk about it next time. But really good stuff. Okay,
cool. That was a fast offense too. That looks faster.
That's the story.
Hey Jody.
That's the story.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll pick it up there, I guess. Cool. And you and I will talk offline, and we'll set something up. Now that we know that this setup will work, we cross our fingers that we can turn everything on and it'll work.
Yeah. Correct.
Right. All right, dude. Thanks, Steven. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. You
All
too.
right, later, brother. Jody, Jody, are you still there? I'm glad you. I'm glad you're able to catch part of that. It took us. Oh, you can't see my face on that. Maybe I can just mute this. It took us forever to figure out how to get this thing set up with Zoom and being able to stream it to YouTube. Took us about a little over an hour actually to figure it out. You got notified late. Okay, yeah. I think several notifications went out and then maybe they stopped. I don't know. But I'm at least happy that we were able to get the thing set up and working. And I think that talking with Steven and really I think any coach that comes on and we bring up some old match video, I think it's going to be really easy to just have some engaging conversation that hopefully we'll see. Hopefully some of the kids, athletes and parents will enjoy logging on and checking it out for 5 minutes or so or whatever. We'll stream for probably either an hour, and then maybe if we want to finish the match, and coaches have time, then we'll finish it. But we'll do at least an hour. You remember that team? Yeah, yeah, I do too. The first 16 NPJ team to qualify open. You got to watch them at nationals? Yeah, because your team qualified. I actually have video. We could do a throwback Thursday of that team as well, which I think that would be fun. Well, Jody, appreciate you being one of the biggest fans, the biggest fan and supporter, and helping me test all this stuff out. It is quite complicated. So you've probably noticed I've been doing a lot of test streams this week, because next week we're going to be rolling it out to everybody. Cool. All right. Before my laptop here overheats, I'm going to shut it down and then do an assessment on what I need to do to make this work a little bit smoother. I should what? I should engine? I should interview a player. That would be fun. Who should I interview? You said okay, bye. Yeah, that would be fun. Text me if you have a player in particular that you want me to interview or that you would find interesting and want to hop on and watch. What is PA? Huh. P. Oh, P. Which P? Current P? Because current P was setting for this team. Paige. Ah, Paige Whipple. Okay. I'll reach out to her. There might be some NCAA rules against that, so I don't know. But if there are NCAA rules that would not allow her to be on a live interview like this or a live stream, I believe she's going to graduate soon, so we'll definitely do it at some point if we can't do it right now. Allie, yeah. I would like to do an interview, and I think what we could do is probably pull up a bunch of players from that team on this Zoom call like Steven and I were doing. And then because I have a lot of video from that 2017 year, it would be a lot of fun, I think, to. There's some iconic games that we had that season. And by iconic, I mean, to be honest, as a coaching staff, before all these games, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't expect to win this match, knowing who we're playing. And then we would beat them. And then Turner and Adam would be like, Mike, I don't know I don't know why you were so worried. And I'm thinking, you guys just have no idea. Like, all of these teams are year after year top 10 teams, with way more experience than us, way more experience as a coaching staff, way more experience as players. And that 2017 was, they just went and they beat everybody. It's kind of like our 2020 team, who just, I don't know, just found a way to win. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So for real this time, I'm gonna hop off. I've got some video editing stuff that I need to do. I'm gonna try to make some clips of the test streams that we've been doing and put it on our social media, and then hopefully that would get some traction, and people can get a better idea of kind of what they're signing up for. So we'll do that. And that team was a fantastic team. Yeah, no, they really were. Peyton Run would be cool. Yeah, another good player. Kind of one of the original P's for NPJ. So yeah, I that's a good idea as far as like interviewing players. And as long as we can find former players that want to be on it and do something like that, we'll make it happen. Alrighty, thank you. I will, since you're already subscribed, you'll be notified of the next time we go live.